secrets. You told me I'm expensive, but you treated me the cheapest. Thank God you let me go. I didn't know how much I needed. Settle for you. And now your colors are true. Took me away. I'm so disgusted with you. Good evening, good evening. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Welcome to Wound Care Wednesday. We're going to get started soon. Hey y'all, what's up? Good evening. What's up? I'm so disgusted with you. Good evening, y'all. What's up? Happy Wednesday. It's Wound Care Wednesday. We about to get started in a minute, okay? Took me a while, but I know. And I'm so disgusted with you. Good evening, y'all. What's up? I almost settled for you. What's up, y'all? What's up? Good evening. Happy Wound Care Wednesday, y'all. How y'all doing today? Okay, let me turn the music down for a second. How are you guys doing today? I am Shelby, the Healing Empress, okay? And welcome to Wound Care Wednesday, all right? So before we get started, I like to tell y'all, okay, if you here to judge people, baby, this is not the channel for you, all right? Because I'm here to be completely my authentic self, all right? This ain't jury duty, baby. So if you here to judge somebody, get your ass out. This is not your channel, okay? I stumble over my words. I stutter. I might lose my train of thought, okay? I might not know how to pronounce something. Baby, y'all gonna have to give me some grace, okay? But in this space, you are free to be yourself, okay? That's what we're about here, all right? But tonight, what I wanted to talk about tonight is just how to recognize some like a narcissistic lover versus somebody who loves you genuinely, okay? And the reason why I want to discuss that tonight is because recently, like two past relationships that I've experienced keep coming up, for me to process, and I'm like, okay, what else do I need to see in this situation? Like, what do I need to learn from these situations? Okay. And so one of the situations that I'm referring to, actually I kind of briefly touched on it on one of my other videos on my page about there was this incident where I was really, like, I was blacked out and I woke up in the back of somebody's car, okay? And at that time, the person that I was dating, things had started off really, really well. They started off well. Let me just put it like that. They started off well, and initially I was getting the red flags, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I was getting the red flags. But I was trying to, have a new outlook and trying not to operate from my past wounds, right? Just trying to operate from a different place. And yeah, I did end up ignoring some red flags, but I didn't really, really see things for what they were until after that incident that happened. And then his true colors really started coming out, and I really started paying more attention. And I just realized a lot of times, like, we would be together out and like with his friends or something like that. And when we were together with his friends, he would be so nice and so kind, just acting like this real, like he was a good partner, right? And behind closed doors, he would be cold, not affectionate, very distant. Sometimes he would say mean things. And initially going into that relationship, I went into that relationship a confident person. And um, you know, throughout the time, so after that incident happened, and I started like reflecting on things, because okay, so when the incident happened, I was like, you know what, I'm taking accountability. I know I broke his trust, so I wanted to gain his trust back, but I've never been in a situation where I had to gain somebody's trust back, so I really didn't know what to do. So in my mind, I just started like trying to think of, okay, well, if I've been in a position where somebody needs to gain my trust back, so you know I'm thinking like, okay, so if I want somebody to gain my trust back, I want them to be an open book. I want them to be real with me. I don't want them to lie to me. Just be real, like put everything out in the open. Like, let's be an open book. And that's how what I would expect from somebody who is trying to gain my trust back. But when it came for me to try to have to gain somebody's trust back, I'm like, what do I do? Because I was asking him, like, I'm down for you, I care for you, and I'm willing to do, what I need to do to gain your trust back, to earn your trust. Because honestly, of course, it was just a mess. It was a mess because like I couldn't remember the events of the night. I woke up in the back of someone's car, and I couldn't remember where the like what the hell was going on. I didn't know where this person was taking me or anything. And even that night, like that guy I was dating, I had been updating him, letting him know what I was doing, who I was with, all these things. And supposedly he said one of his friends saw the guy like walking me out of the club, like drunk as fuck, stumbling. And he told them, well, okay, like let her go, let her leave with him. And I'm like, yo, if this man like supposedly like really cared about me, and your friend tells you that I'm clearly drunk walking out of the place, like I don't know what's going on, like why would I be leaving the club with somebody that I don't know? That's not something like that's not something that I would do. So I'm sorry, I'm just thinking back on the situation, how crazy it is. But you know um I took responsibility, I took accountability. I'm like, okay, you know what, I know what it looks like. I know that it looks sketchy. It looks like, okay, I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing or something like that. But I'm not. When I'm in a commitment, I'm committed to that person. So in my past, like long time ago, early like 20s, late teens and stuff, yeah, I cheated because they cheated on me first and I cheated back. Yeah, it was stupid, whatever. I should have left, but I didn't. Okay, but like as an adult, in my adult serious relationships that I've been in, I'm not a cheater. Okay, I'm not a cheater. I'm a loyal person. So when I was giving him updates, letting him know like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, like that's just naturally something I do when I'm seeing somebody. Like, I want you to trust me. So um and maybe that's me doing that out of past situations that I've been in. I don't know, but I'm just a real person. Like, I'm like, I don't got shit to hide. Like, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm at. It is what it is. So you know when that situation happened, me and his dynamic completely changed. Like, I felt like he really, it was like the mask fell off because he started acting completely different. And I understand that he said that he had been, cheated on in the past or whatever. And okay, that's cool. I understand that I had been cheated on in the past too. But the thing is, when you have something that happens to you in the past, you can't carry that on to your other relationships. You can't make these other people pay for things that someone else in your past has done. Okay, you just can't do that. So when the incident happened, you know, I told him like whatever it is I need to do to help you to trust me again, because this is not the type of person I am, and I want you to trust me. Like, I'm gonna do it. Like, I offered the password to my phone, to my socials, everything. I'm like, I'm an open book. I literally have nothing to hide. Like, you know, whatever. But ultimately, what ended up happening is he was trying to use that situation as leverage to control me. And this is something that he literally told me out of his mouth, that he was trying to basically figure out my weaknesses so that he would have a way to control me. And you know, just recently, when I was I was reflecting, I told you guys like it's two particular relationships that kind of keep on popping up into my energy. So as I'm reflecting on it, you know, I was thinking, and I'm sorry, this may be a trigger warning for someone, but you know, he had been abused as a child, and I know I'm not an expert, I'm not a professional or anything, but I know that when you don't deal with childhood trauma, okay, it follows you as an adult. And if you don't deal with it, a lot of times through your actions, you project those same traumas, you project that onto the people in your life. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes consciously, sometimes subconsciously. Like, and that's what I feel like he was trying to do, because he didn't have that power as a child. And so as an adult now, he wants to be in a position of power where he feels like he's in control, where he can control me and manipulate me. And he was trying to use the incident of, you know, that unfortunate incident to control me and manipulate me. And he like he was trying to he started kind of like talking down on me, saying disrespectful things. He was trying to place unrealistic expectations on me. Like, example, he told me that because I was a type of person, like, I used to go out by myself all the time. Since when I was doing like travel nursing, I started going out by myself because I didn't know people. So I would go out often by myself, whatever. It was a normal thing. So, you know, when the incident happened, he didn't want me to go out by myself anymore. Excuse me. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? I just won't go out by myself no more, because that incident did scare me. I'm like, that was scary. That I woke up in somebody's car, and it's like I was completely blacked out, not knowing what the fuck went on. So, okay, I lost my train of thought. I told y'all, see, don't judge me. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna bring it back. Hold on. So, oh shit. I really lost my train of thought, y'all. See, don't judge me, don't judge me. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back, okay? But give me a second, because I gotta get my train of thought back. See, that's why I always gotta say the disclaimer in the beginning, because baby, I be tripping over my words. I be forgetting my thought, because sometimes my mind just be racing so fast, and it's like I can't keep up with my own thoughts. That's kind of crazy. But yes, with this guy I was dating, you know, whatever, he started trying to impose these unrealistic expectations on me, like telling me that he didn't want me to talk to men at all. Like, that's just unrealistic. And when I told him I'm not agreeing to that, I'm not about to promise you that I'm never going to talk to any other man ever again. Like, that just doesn't make sense. That's unrealistic. It's like, and you know, he was telling me, you know, well, you said you'd be willing to do whatever, you know, it takes to get my trust back. I'm like, yes, within reason. That's unreasonable. Even the times that I've been cheated on in the past, when people are trying to earn my trust back, I would never ask someone to do something that I myself would not be willing to do. If I can't meet that expectation, why would I try to impose that on you? And I asked him, so, well, if you don't want me to talk to any men at all, period, are you going to completely stop talking to women? And he said, no, exactly, because it's unreasonable. That's unrealistic. It doesn't make sense. And he, like in the beginning, and I didn't notice this at first, but in the beginning, he bombarded me with questions, like asking me 1,000,001 questions, like he was trying to learn me really fast, like learn a lot about me really fast in a short amount of time. And what I came to realize is he was trying to learn so much about me because he was trying to learn my weaknesses, because he was trying to control me, to manipulate my mind. And so that's what, when I say recognize narcissistic lovers, okay? A narcissist is going to try to pinpoint your weaknesses so that they can control you, so that they can manipulate you. And like I was saying earlier, when I went into that relationship, I was confident. You know, I had started working on myself, and I had been building my confidence. And when I went in that relationship, I felt confident, and there was, baggage that I did not have. And as things start going on and I started really thinking about stuff, I I started realizing that, damn, like I really haven't even, like I don't feel like myself. I felt like I had started to lose myself. I was feeling less confident. I was feeling like small. I was feeling, it was just like not me. And I was like, yo, this is not cool, because it took a lot of work for me to build my confidence, y'all. Like, it took a lot for me to build that. And when I realized just what was happening, I was like, yo, I can't continue with this. And it's like it was triggering things in me that had happened to me in my past relationships. And sometimes you have to try to differentiate, like, am I reacting to this because it's a trigger from, like, am I reacting out of my pain, or am I reacting out of, like, something that's legit, that needs to be, that's something that's being projected onto me, is what I can say. And I don't know, y'all, that was it was just mentally it was kind of disturbing, and I was just feeling, I don't know, I had never felt like that before, like somebody that supposedly cared about me just trying to make me feel small and dim my light, and I felt like I couldn't be my true self. And um it was crazy. And it was like, sometimes when he was being nice to me, it's like he would just be nice temporarily. So it's like he would be nice temporarily to get me back in his good graces, or to make it seem like he's trying to change. But then he would, like, go right back to being cold and distant and not affectionate and everything like that. And I'm sorry, it was just something that I was about to mention that was important. Um I'm sorry, give me a second, because I did write some things down. Um yes, I was saying, yeah, so he would act nice sometimes, and then, yeah, so he would do that temporarily, and then he would go back to, like, his cold, detached ways. And it was like, sometimes I could, like, look in his eyes, and honestly, in the pit of my stomach, I felt afraid, I felt unsafe, I felt unsettled. It was like a coldness, a darkness behind his eyes that I've never really seen before. in a person, and it was just very unsettling to me. And that combined with the way he would be cold and detached and saying mean things towards me, trying to tear me down and break me down and make me feel bad about myself. I'm sorry, y'all, I lost my train of thought. But it was just, I don't know. And sometimes when we're in a situation, we don't always recognize what's going on. And since I had never been in a type of situation like that, where I just felt like somebody was really trying to tear me down, somebody who claimed to care about me, it was just new for me. And again, I was still trying to get over repeating like toxic cycles and repeating cycles with people that really weren't showing up for me in the way that I needed them to. And I did definitely give him too many chances to play in my face. I really did. Give him too many chances to play in my face. And it's just something to be mindful about when you're dating somebody. If somebody is treating you one way when you guys are out and in front of people, in a crowd or with people that you guys know, or just even strangers, and then you guys get home behind closed doors and it's a completely different person, and not in a good way, like just a completely different person, that's a red flag, y'all. That's a huge red flag. And I remember even thinking, like, why are you only nice to me when we are with people? And honestly, I didn't talk to my friends about it until later on. And I don't even think I went into full depth about like the way that he made me feel. But so that was a relationship that kept coming up for me, to process and to think about. Okay. And the way I actually broke myself from that whole cycle, that situation, is I started really reflecting on myself, like reflecting on why was I holding on to somebody who's making me feel this way? Like, what is within me that's causing me to stay tied to this person who does not make me feel good inside, who is not uplifting me, is not giving me constructive criticism. He's not trying to elevate me in any type of way. He's just trying to break me down. Like, what about it in me? And I can honestly say that, and okay, before I say that part, the other relationship that I had been, that keeps coming up in my energy I was comparing the two. And with this other person, when we first met, I was self-sabotaging the situation because that hurt in me that was still holding on to that past person, which at the time initially I hadn't realized that I was sabotaging, or possibly self-sabotaging a good connection, until it was like, okay, this new person seems aligned with me, like everything is aligned. And I'm like, okay, Lord, like, why am I, and a lot of times my prayer is, Lord, if when you prepare me to receive my blessings, so that when the blessings come into my life, that I don't self-sabotage it. Okay. And I had started praying that prayer, and that's when God started revealing to me, like, bro, you are literally doing that. You're sabotaging right now, because why are you still holding on to this person who has been treating you like shit and has made you feel like shit? And you have this other person here that is treating you well and showing up for you in the way that you need him to. So why would you hold on to this person? And once I, started reflecting, and I'm like, oh shit, like, I'm possibly sabotaging a blessing that God has placed in my life for somebody who, honestly, at that time, it's just like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but It was like, okay. And that is what helped me, like, you know what, I'm done with this situation. This situation does not serve me. It's not helping me elevate, and this other person is helping me elevate. This person is pouring into me, motivating me, emotionally intelligent, great, amazing conversation. Words and actions were aligning. Okay. And just self reflection, baby. Self reflection is so important, because a lot of times we just be going through the motions and not even realizing why we do certain things, why we move the way we move, why we react to certain things, or why we even tolerate certain behaviors. Like, we have to reflect back. Okay. Um, okay. And something else I wanted to talk about, with just recognizing narcissistic behavior, okay, is love bombing. Because if I'm real honest with myself, he did love bomb me, and I saw the red flags, y'all. I saw the red flags. I ain't gonna lie, I saw the red flags, baby, and I ignored them. I was at Six Flags, baby, at an amusement park. I ignored the red flags, okay? And like, in the beginning, it was like saying all these things. He was talking about, like, talking about marriage, talking about like a future together. And this is like a very, very short amount of time, probably like within the first 2 weeks or something, talking about this stuff and whatever. So, and that was something that I had struggled with in past relationships. Is my self-esteem had been so low in the past, and I wasn't really standing in my truth. I did not value myself the way that I should have, because I wouldn't have been tolerating those things. And it was like, I think for honestly, I feel like it was a test, because, I had been working on myself and stuff. So the whole love bombing thing, in my past, I had wanted love so bad. And that's why I would put up with bullshit so much, just not valuing myself and not really honoring my worth. And I would just be putting up with these things and falling for people's words, instead of watching, do their words and their actions align? Like, does it make sense? Like, how is this person honestly making you feel? Like, does this person honestly have your best interest at heart? Like, are they, excuse me, like, are they being genuine? Are they honestly in this thing with you for the right reasons? Okay. And a lot of times I would just overlook those things and hang on to people's words, instead of really, really paying attention to their actions. And it all goes back into tying into low self-esteem, and not truly knowing my worth, not truly standing in that, and really valuing myself. And it got me in a lot of crazy situations. And that's why I repeated so many cycles. But that that relationship that just really had me questioning myself and starting to doubt myself and feel unworthy, even though I knew I was worthy. I started feeling like it was just affecting me negatively, and I didn't like that. Okay. um so I'm just taking a look at some couple of things that I wrote down. um we talked about trying to manipulate my mind, but even something else that he would try to do is he would try to use like scare tactics with me. I remember, you know, when I was like trying to like break things off, and he was talking, telling me like, oh, if he sees me, you know, with someone, or if his friends or people see me out with somebody, like threatening to like beat him up, and like just so much bullshit, like so much bullshit that he was using to try to manipulate me and trying to exert control over me in some type of way. And I don't know, y'all. Men, ladies, we just gotta pay more attention to the way that people talk to you, because sometimes people will do it even in a subtle way. Like it's not always in a huge grand way. Sometimes it's in very subtle ways. Like for example, when he first saw me with my natural hair, this is before I locked up, so this is over a year ago. So he saw me with my natural hair, and he was like, I like long hair, don't care. Or like it would be like little things like that, like small things. So it's not always in your face things that people will do to show you that they're trying to chip at you, trying to make you feel less than. Okay. And a lot of times when people are trying to make you feel less than, it's because they feel less than, because they feel small and they want you to feel small. Okay. But you have to be able to discern whether that is your feeling. Do you actually feel small? Or is that them projecting their feelings onto you? Because a lot of times that's what it is. And baby, you just gotta be tapped in. Okay, you gotta be tapped in, because I honestly think if I would have not like awakened to what he was trying to do, I honestly think that I probably would have lost myself. And if I just wasn't tapped in with God, tapped in with myself and tapped in with God, baby, like that's literally what saved me from that situation. And I don't know. It was just something in the pit of my stomach when I would look into his eyes that just made me feel so unsafe and so unsettled. And I've been through enough things in my life to know that now when my intuition is telling me something, I'm going to listen, because my intuition never steers me wrong. When I really listen to my intuition, it does not steer me wrong. I had to get out of that shit, yo. I had to get out of that because it was crazy. It was crazy. My bad, y'all. I'm just because sometimes I'm not good at multitasking on this live thing, and sometimes I don't see like when comments appear, so I didn't know. Thank you, Blueberry Bash G. Thank you. Um. Okay. So I'm just taking a look at my notes real quick. Um. Oh, another narcissistic trait that is good to pay attention to is somebody who never wants to apologize, somebody who never wants to take accountability for thank you, love, that never wants to take accountability for their actions. Like this dude never even wanted to apologize when he would do things wrong. He did not want me to question him. Um, it was just so many things, y'all. So many things like that really just made me feel small and feel like shit when I really started thinking about it. And it was like, yo, this man was really trying to break me down. He was trying to break my spirit. And if I had met him at a time when mentally I wasn't as strong as I was, he would have broken me. I definitely don't think I would have gotten out of that the way that I did. And I'm just so, so grateful and so blessed that God opened my eyes and was showing me things like to pay attention, baby. Like, and I can't say for sure, but honestly, I think eventually it would have led to physical abuse. I just feel it in my soul because the way and that was another thing. So I would look into his eyes and see, this cold and this darkness, but I could also see a scared little boy that was still feeling insecure because of things that maybe happened to him in his life, things, experiences that he's had, even, the childhood experiences. And in no way do I believe that, your childhood trauma, your childhood experiences is your fault. In no way is that your fault. What things that happened to you as a child, innocence taken away, your sense of security is taken away from you. I completely, completely understand that. But what I also understand is that what happened to you was not your responsibility, but how you act, how you heal through it, and how you act towards certain people, that is completely your responsibility. It is your responsibility to address your past traumas so that you don't project those things onto other people who did not do anything to you. It's not an excuse. And what I had to learn is it's not my responsibility to take on someone else's burdens. I can empathize with you, but once your trauma starts bleeding on me, you're leaking on me, and now you're treating me some way based on things that you've been through in the past, and I'm being negatively affected, baby, you gotta go. Because this peace, it took a long time to cultivate, baby, and my peace is priority. I am my own priority. So yes, I can empathize with somebody who has had childhood trauma, but it's not my responsibility to carry that burden with me when your actions are directly affecting me in a negative way because you decided that you don't want to deal with that trauma and heal through it and become a better version of yourself. That's not my responsibility to carry that burden. And a lot of relationships, I was carrying other people's burdens because that's what I thought you were supposed to do when you love someone. I thought when you love someone, you just have to tolerate their bullshit. And I spoke about that last week, that I didn't know how to enforce boundaries. I didn't know how to create boundaries with the people that I love, that I hold dear to me. I didn't know how to do that. So I thought that when you love somebody, you just keep giving them chance after chance. Like, you try to help them carry their burdens. But baby, you cannot help someone who does not want to be helped, who is not ready to change. I can walk beside you, but baby, I can't carry the load for you, because if I'm not carrying my own burdens, baby, I don't carry my own burdens. Okay. I give my burdens to God. So if I don't want to carry my own, why am I going to carry yours? Why am I going to pick up baggage that I'm trying to let go of myself? No, baby. I can walk beside you. I can walk beside you and help you guide and guide you, be a guide. But baby, I'm not carrying it for you. And especially somebody who is not pouring into me the way that I'm pouring into them, I'm not going to help you carry that, baby, because that shit is too heavy. Why do you think I gave my burdens to God? Because that shit is too heavy for me to carry. And God told me he'll take care of it, baby. Okay? Period. Period. Thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for being here with me tonight. We just talking about some, thank you. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it. We're just here talking about, like, you know, and guys, the things that I'm saying, these are just things from my personal experience. Just narcissistic lovers, narcissistic behaviors that I've dealt with. And then just knowing the difference between that and a genuine love. Okay. So thank y'all for being here with me. So I'm just speaking from my experience. Okay. So these are my opinions. I'm not a professional. I'm not trying to diagnose nobody. Okay. Like, I'm just telling y'all my experience. I feel called to share this experience with you guys. And I'm an open private person. Okay. So I'm very open, but I'm very private about a lot of matters. Okay. So when I share something that's personal like this to me, it's because I've been led to share it, because somebody else out there must need to hear this story, to hear these things that I've went through for whatever reason. Because baby, God know that I like to keep my shit on the hush. Like, I don't tell people my business unless I want them to know it. So like I said, I'm a very open private person, right? Open private person, private open person, whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay. So when I share these things with y'all, it's not that I'm trying to get sympathy. I'm not trying to look for clout. It's none of that. I am simply sharing my story because God has called me to share my story for somebody else that's going through some of the same shit that I went through, some of the same shit that God has helped me heal from. He helped me heal myself. So now that I'm able to heal myself, I feel confident in being able to help other people heal themselves and get through the same shit, baby. I can be your guide if you allow me to, okay? Click the link in my bio, y'all. Join my mailing list, The Healing Empress. Join the mailing list, y'all, and you'll be redirected to the site, and you can take a look at my services, okay? My wound care services. We're talking about internal wounds, baby, because we healing from the inside out, okay? Thank you guys so much for the likes. I appreciate y'all. Okay? Hey, so, on my shit tonight, out of the moon, asking me questions. Look, let me concentrate. I'm trying to look at, like, the song is distracting me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we talked about how the actions and the words do not align. Like, somebody that is a narcissist, is they're going to, maybe the mask is going to slip off. They will try to pretend like they are this nice person and all these things, but the mask always slips off, baby. Energy doesn't lie. The energy never lies, okay? The energy never lies. And mm, uh, uh, let's see. We talked about that. Okay. So let's get into some genuine love. Okay. I'm talk about that shit. Let's talk about some genuine love. Okay. So, and I've experienced genuine loves throughout different relationships, platonic and romantic. Okay. And somebody who loves you genuinely, baby, the words and the actions, they're going to align. Okay. They are not going to, there's not going to be a vast difference in the way that they treat you in front of people and the way that they treat you behind closed doors. No, it's going to align. It's going to align. Okay. So don't let them being nice to you out in public fool you if they are not nice to you behind closed doors. That is a sign of mental abuse, possibly physical abuse. Okay. Be mindful. So a genuine love. So the other situation that kept coming up when it's like for me to compare and contrast. All right, this other person, when I looked into his eyes, I felt comfort. I felt a safe space. I felt safe to be vulnerable. I felt supported, loved, protected, just by looking in this person's eyes. Okay? And that it right there, that's a huge difference. If I can look at you and I feel afraid, unsettled, unsafe, that's a sign right there that, baby, that person is not for you. You need to run quick. Leave it alone. Leave it there. And someone who makes you feel safe, it's like I was literally like, why was I holding on to that? Okay. So the comfort and everything, okay, feeling safe, words and actions aligning, signs of genuine love, okay? Or somebody genuinely caring about you. All right. Somebody like the narcissistic thing. Sometimes being nice and trying to say nice things just to, just putting on a facade, putting on a mask, trying to pretend to be nice, versus someone who actually wants to see you grow, is uplifting, motivates you to be better, speaks life into you, okay? Wants to see you elevate, wants to grow with you. Not somebody who's trying to drag you down and pull you down to their level, their darkness. Okay, somebody who genuinely loves you and cares about you, they're going to pour into you. They're going to speak life into you, baby. They're going to motivate you. They are not going to want you to dim your light. They see that light in you and they see you for you. Okay? They love you for you, accept you for your flaws, accepting you for who you truly are at your core, beyond your physical. Okay? Beyond your physical. Someone who just accepts you to be your authentic self, and somebody who is going to tell you when you doing something that's wrong. They're not going to uphold your bullshit. Okay, they're going to be real with you. They're going to let you know when you're doing wrong. And not saying that if somebody doesn't tell you automatically that you're, doing things wrong, that means that they don't love you. But when somebody genuinely loves you, they're not going to let you keep doing dumb shit. I mean, of course you do what you want to do, but they're not going to condone it. They're not going to be egging you on to continue doing dumb shit. Okay? They're going to call you out. And that's what I like. Somebody who's going to call me out. And you can't, just because you love somebody doesn't mean that they just get to treat you any kind of way. If I'm doing some bullshit, if I got an attitude, or if you don't like the way that I said something or did something, or, baby, tell me, let me know. So that's the only way we can grow. That's the only way we can improve things, is if we know what the issue is, because that gives us an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to change. Okay. And also just, and even if it's something with, even if there's something that they need to communicate with you that may not be very pleasant, someone who genuinely cares for you, that genuinely loves you, is going to try to tell you in a way that, trying to see how to word it, they're going to tell you in a way that's considerate of your feelings. Okay? They're not going to just try to give you the honest truth and then just cover it up as, well, I'm just blunt, I'm just being real with you. No, there's a certain way that you can tell, like, about sensitive subjects. There's a certain way that you should deliver the message so that the person feels receptive and that they don't feel that you are trying to belittle them or trying to make them feel less than. There's ways to tell people things that are not pleasant in a way that does not belittle them. Okay? Somebody who love, they're not gonna be trying to belittle you. And I'm not saying that that will never ever happen, because sometimes when we genuinely love people, we still will hurt them. It's pretty much inevitable that you're going to be hurt by somebody you love, but there's different levels to that shit, baby. There's different levels, okay? Um, we talked about words and actions aligning in front of others and behind closed doors. Um, and also even and someone who loves you, right? Genuinely loves you. They're going to respect your boundaries. You put up boundaries, they're going to respect the fact that you have boundaries, because they respect you, they love you, they value you. So they're going to respect your boundaries. And if they don't, then it's time for a reevaluation. Okay? It's time for a reevaluation. Or somebody who always wants to cross your boundaries, but when it comes to you, then they got all these different types of rules. It's one set of rules for them, and then they got a whole nother set of rules for you. No, no, that's it. No. Okay. And actually another thing that I was actually talking to my mom, like I think that was yesterday, about it. That I did not realize that it was something that I actually needed, is a spiritual connection. That spiritual connection is, and you know what? Instead of spiritual connection, let me say having God in a connection it was never something that I used to look for. I'm gonna be real. Like, I've always believed in God, but I've never been as spiritually connected as I have been probably these last 2 years, I would say. More so, even this last year has really grown. But having a relationship with God was never anything that I looked for in a partner, because it was something that I did not possess myself. I would pray, here and there. I would talk to God, but a lot of times when I went to God, it was because I was going through shit. And we can't be like that. Now I go to God for everything, baby. Where I'm doing good, where I'm doing bad, where I'm feeling shitty, where I'm feeling excited, I go to God for everything. And I realized that somebody who genuinely loves me, it's gonna be somebody, baby, that is being led by God. Okay. Um, super important. Something that I did not even realize that I needed or that I wanted in a connection until that connection occurred. With the two people that I'm talking about. That was very eye opening for me. And yeah, so that's something that's really new for me. And I had never had a relationship with somebody or connection with someone, whereas like the spiritual connection was just having a spiritual connection, period. I had never had that with someone. And if you've never had it, it's kind of hard to explain. It's hard for me to put it in words. But that spiritual connection it's just, I can't even explain it, y'all. It's crazy. And it's something that I know, like, moving forward, is something that I just need I just need. Okay, that's it. That's period. That's it. That's mine. I just need it. um, okay. And then also someone that genuinely loves you is going to provide a safe space for you. Somebody that loves you and cares about you is going to provide that safe space for you to be vulnerable, okay? For you to be your authentic self and not feel like they are judging you for your past, judging you for decisions you make, judging you for things that you like, or whatever. That they're going to it's going to be it should be a safe space for you to be yourself authentically. Okay? It should be a safe space. You should not be afraid to speak your truth to your partner. You should not be having to walk on eggshells because you're afraid that if you say something, it's going to make them upset, or that afraid to speak your truth because you think, well, if I speak my truth, they're going to leave me. If you speak your truth and they leave you, then maybe they need to leave. Maybe that's something that needs to happen. Maybe it's something that needs to happen. Okay? And with both of these situations, the narcissistic situation and even with the genuine love situation, through both situations, what I realized is it doesn't matter how much you love somebody, okay? No matter how much you love somebody, if they are not showing up for you in this physical 3D world, if they are not showing up for you in the way that you need them to, if the relationship is not fulfilling to you, if it's one-sided, I had to learn, you got to let that shit go. I don't have to carry on other people's burdens. I don't have to stick around while somebody is trying to figure out their shit. Not somebody who's going to drag me down with them. And sometimes people can love you genuinely, but maybe they are just not ready for the type of love that you offer. The type of love that you're willing to give. Maybe they just aren't ready for that. And that doesn't necessarily make them a bad person. It doesn't make them a bad person. Okay, because this person that showed me this genuine love, I won't, I'm sorry, it's trying to tell me to verify to continue this live. My bad. Okay. So, I loved him genuinely, and I felt like he loved me genuinely. And if I'm completely honest with myself, when things did not work out, my heart was completely broken. My heart was shattered. But I realized that it was necessary to happen for me to elevate spiritually, mentally, to make sure that I was, when I say I was done repeating cycles, to make sure that I was actually done repeating those cycles that I said I was done with. Because just because you love someone does not mean that it's right for you guys to be together at that very moment. Maybe you guys are on two separate pages. Maybe that person is not ready to change. There's a lot of different factors. Love is not the only thing. That's not the only factor when it comes to a relationship and building with somebody. Okay? Like, I had to learn that it is okay to love somebody and leave them where they're at because the situation no longer serves you. And it does not mean that that person is a bad person. It just means that at this moment, I recognize we are not aligned, and it's time to sever ties. It's time to walk away. Because when you truly love yourself and value yourself, you're not going to continue to pour into situations that are not given back to you equally, that are not serving you, that don't align with you at that time in your life. And it's okay. It's okay. It just means that better things are coming, babe. Better things are coming. Okay? Um and I just want to emphasize that if you are with somebody or you meet somebody that has had past trauma, no matter what type of trauma it is, just know that you are not responsible for their healing. I know when we love somebody and we care about them, we want to be that person to help them heal. But sometimes people have to fight these demons by themselves. Sometimes it's not meant for us to help people through their shit. Sometimes they got to go through that shit on their own. So we cannot make other people's burdens our responsibility. It is not on us. We are only responsible for ourselves. We are only responsible for ourselves. When it comes to change, you cannot make anybody change. You cannot force anybody to change. You cannot love somebody into changing. They have to want to do it themselves. And just because somebody had a traumatic past does not give them a pass to treat you shitty, to treat you like all the people who hurt them in their past. That does not give them a pass to treat you that way. So don't you think that. Don't think that. It's not your responsibility, baby. It's not. And I don't know if that sounds harsh. I'm not trying to be harsh, but baby, it's not your job. Not your job. Okay, there was, hold on. There was something. Okay, I'm gonna just read y'all something I wrote in my journal. When I was reflecting on both of these situations that just kept coming up in my mind, coming up in my energy. Because I'm like, Lord, why you keep bringing these? I'm trying to move on from the past, and you keep on having these shit. You keep on bringing up these situations in my mind, Lord. What you want me to know from these situations? Okay, but a little something I wrote down, a little excerpt. It's not my responsibility to change others. And when you meet someone you want, they will motivate you to change without even trying. Whether that's emotional or physical, okay? And it seems that on this earth, physical is what all, I'm sorry, hold on, y'all. Physical is what it all seems to come down to on this planet. People are so stuck and tied to the illusions that they've created that they don't want to sever those ties, because that would mean facing the truth. That would mean having to face themselves. Figure out who they really are. But who's behind the illusion? Who are you really when no one is looking? Can you look yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself? If you can't be honest with yourself, how do you expect to show up honestly for other people? How are you going to do that? If you are putting on a mask for everybody and you're at home and still putting on a mask, what are we doing? You're living in an illusion that you've created. You've created this own illusion. Like, live in your truth. It's a lot of people out here walking around with masks on. Take that shit off. And a real one gonna see right through the bullshit. And that's why you gotta be tapped in, baby. That's why you gotta pay attention. Because a lot of people do not have pure intentions. They don't have pure intentions. And when they meet someone with pure intentions, they meet someone who is sweet, genuine, and loving, and whatever, they try to take advantage, or they take that person's kindness for weakness. Being kind and being loving is not a weakness. That's a strength. It takes a lot of strength to love after you've been hurt so many fucking times. It takes a lot of strength to keep loving people because this world is not loving. This world is full of a lot of bullshit, a lot of people who don't love themselves and are projecting it on everybody else, baby. It takes strength. It takes a lot of strength. A lot of people may have seen me as weak because I love so easily and I'm so forgiving. I've forgiven so easily in the past. And what I realize is I forgive so easily and give so much grace because that's the type of love that I want from both romantic and platonic relationships. So I have forgiven and loved easily. But you see, when people do wrong, they want to be forgiven easily. But that same person, when you do them wrong, baby, they don't give you no grace. They ain't trying to forgive you a lot of times. And it's like, yo, if you really want, if like how I don't understand how we can expect things from people that we don't give to them and we don't give to ourselves. Because how can, like, why would I expect someone to forgive me easily or to give me grace if I didn't give that to people? But I also realize that everybody forgives at their own rate. It's no set amount of time and all this stuff, and it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to forgive all the time, you know. And even forgiving people does not mean you have to keep them around in your life. That does not mean they have to continue to have access to you. That y'all got to be besties and shit. That you can forgive somebody, baby, and send them love and light. Send them love and light, baby. The forgiveness is for yourself. It's for your peace of mind, because if I'm completely honest, you guys, I think these two situations have come back up in my energy recently and so often is because I still had not forgiven either one of these people, truly forgiven them for the pain that I endured or that I experienced. I hadn't truly forgiven them until like yesterday. I'm not ashamed to say, like literally until yesterday when I was like, I'm like, okay, Lord, like I need to know why this shit keeps coming up in my mind. Why does it keep on like nagging at me? Like, what do I need to know? And it wasn't until I wrote things down and I talked things out. Like I was literally recording myself just talking. I be having conversations with myself, y'all. It might sound a little crazy, but I be having conversations to myself. I be having to talk myself down sometimes. I talk myself like, baby, wake back up, okay? Wake back up. No, we're not doing that. We're not going down a rabbit hole. Okay, we're not gonna stay down in this negative energy of being upset, of feeling like, oh, you know what, this nigga did me wrong. Like I'm no, no, we're not doing that. So yesterday was the first time since both of these incidents happened in my life that I truly forgave both people. And it was not for them. It was for me. It was for me because that's how much I value myself. That's how much I love myself. My peace is sacred. My peace is priority. And holding on to grudges, holding on to shit that happened in the past ain't gonna do nothing but keep me in the motherfucking past. And baby, I'm trying to move on to the future, to the present. Okay? So that's where I want to leave that shit in the past because I have made the decision to do that, to leave it in the past. And you know, another thing that I was thinking about, y'all. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm probably like jumping everywhere. Like this is how my mind be working, y'all. Like even in my journal, I'll be writing and I'll be talking about one thing and then I'll jump to another subject. Like, things just be running through my mind, y'all. My thoughts be just running like a mile a minute. But another thing that I was thinking about is how, when people mess up sometimes and they come back around for a second chance, or I'll just say another chance. We don't know what chance they on. But, I think a lot of times we automatically shut people down that have hurt us in the past. And we just chalk it up to like, you know what, that's what you did to me in the past. People don't change, this, and that. But you know what, when I really think about it, I'm like, me personally, I know that people can change because I myself have changed. So how can because I've given myself grace, and I've forgiven myself for things that I've done in my past, and I've changed. And people that I've loved, that I've hurt, they have given me grace. Some of them, not all. A lot of them have given me grace and forgave me. And if I know that I can change, I know that I have changed, then I know that it's possible for other people to change. And I'm not saying that it's always in your best interest to give somebody another chance, but just know that people do change. A lot of times when people do bullshit, we like to keep them in that same box. We try to keep them locked in that box. A lot of people have tried to keep me locked in a box because of past decisions that I made. But baby, I am the author of my life. Okay? With the help of God, baby. Big God, not the little one. All right? I am the author of my life. And I have the ability to change whenever I feel like changing. If I want to change 5 minutes from now, that is my choice. So I know that a lot of times people fuck up, but we are human. People make mistakes. And sometimes we need to give people grace, not automatically shutting them down because they did something stupid in the past, that they made a mistake in the past. I do believe that people can genuinely change. They can genuinely make a difference. And of course, if you want to know if somebody really changed, of course you have to watch their actions. Watch their actions and their words. They must align. And somebody who's faking, like I said last week, baby, that mask will fall off. That mask will fall off if they're faking, if they're lying. It's they're only going to be able to keep up the act for so long. Okay? Okay, y'all? So that was just a little, and that wasn't even like all of everything that I really been through, even with those two situations, right? That was just a little snippet. But I just, like I said earlier, I felt called to, tell my story, to tell some things that have happened to me, some things that God has helped me heal from and overcome. And it's not easy, y'all. It ain't easy. And it's not just, I'm spiritual, but baby, I'm not all love and light. I'm not, yes, I'm sweet and I'm nice, but don't fucking play with me. Don't play in my face. That is something that really pisses me off, is when somebody plays in my face or think they gonna play in my face. I don't play that shit. Yeah, I'm nice, but baby, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me, okay? And I mean that in the most respectful way possible, okay? Just don't fuck with me. And I don't even have to, I don't gotta get revenge on nobody. I don't have to, baby. Big God, I run with Big God, baby, and my divine spirit team, which I call, they my goons, baby, and they fight my battles for me. I don't even got to do nothing. I don't have to even lift a finger. Okay, so I'm not to be played with, but people be playing with me, and people have played with me And, I have played dumb a lot of times when I know what it is. But I'm not to be played with. That's it, y'all. I just wanted to share my story with you guys because that's what I was called to do. And I hope that this has helped someone out there. Like I said before, you guys can click the link in my bio to sign up for the Healing Empress mailing list. It is completely free. Just your name, phone number, and address. Your name, phone number, and email address. Okay. And I have a couple of different wound care services, which is for your internal wounds, because baby, we healing from the inside out, baby. That's the only way to do it. You got to heal from the inside out. You got to address the shit that's going on in here. Okay. That's where it starts, baby. That's where it starts. And my services are for those who are ready to change, ready to really make a change, and you're tired of talking about it, and you're ready to put some action behind those words, baby. You've done talking about it and you're ready to be about it, baby. Book a service with me. Book a vibe check. Make sure that, me and you vibe. Okay, book a vibe check first and then go from there. But baby, check the link in my bio. Click on the link in my bio, sign up for the mailing list. After that, you will be redirected to my actual site where you can see the services and things that I offer. But when you sign up for the mailing list, you will get a free tips and tricks guide on how to become more confident and rewire your brain. And you will also get a discount code to save off $24 off of my digital product guide, which you can purchase and resell yourself. Okay, so y'all check that out. The link is in my bio. Okay, also check out my Amazon storefront, TikTok shop. Follow me on YouTube. I will be posting this live recording on my YouTube, and it's the same, the Healing Empress 89. You should be able to find it with either one of those handles. Okay, and lastly, if you get any messages about like free readings or just anything, or if you see a page that has my content and they are inboxing you trying to solicit services or trying to tell you that it's a free reading or something, baby, don't be scammed, because it ain't me. Okay, I will never inbox you first to ask you if you want to book a service or book a reading unless I make a public announcement about it. Amy, don't listen to it. Okay, don't get scammed, baby. Okay, don't get scammed. I'm gonna get out of here. But look, flies, I got plenty money. Yeah, speaking into existence, applies. I got plenty money, baby. Speaking into existence. You hear that, Louise? Speaking into existence. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for being here with me. Join me next week. I'm here every Wednesday night at 7:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, baby. I don't know what the subject gonna be about next week, but we in here. All right, y'all, join me. Thank you. Have a good night.